obviously spending and the money that we've spent collectively as a country is why institutions like Doge have been so popular. You got to cut waste and figure out this entire debt situation that we're in. Now, if you zoom back from the entirety of the federal government and the debt that there's there, you also still have the issue of person or individuals spending money that they don't have on things they don't need. I want to bring our panel back, Jamie and Matt. Guys, this is concerning to say the least, and I'm really curious about what we do about it as a culture and as a society. Big report from the Wall Street Journal opinion section saying that about half of consumers have used this buy now pay later service, according to LendingTree. Basically, it is exactly what it's described as. You buy it now and you pay later. Non-risky mortgages are falling according to the FHA. There's a bunch of different individual personal finance problems that seem to be afflicting the American people. Jamie, I guess in the conservative world, I mean, how much does that translate culturally to individual finance, right? Like, hey, maybe don't buy a Chipotle burrito on DoorDash on layaway. If you don't got 15 bucks to pay for it, maybe don't do it. Is that, I don't know, how concerning is this to you, and what can be done about it?
I think it's really troubling, and I think it's a huge reason why we see younger people veering more towards supporting socialism. Why Zoran
Mm,
Mamdani is probably so popular, because the current system seems to not be working for young people. It's frightening, and I wish it weren't the case, and I wish our leaders would take it more seriously, because I think it's going to come back to bite conservatives in the butt. Come election time, in the midterms, or even in 2028. I'm always blown away that people still vote for Democrats at all. But seeing stuff like this, I can understand where they're coming from, wanting
mm.
radical change to be able to just like live normally, work a job and be able to support yourself. And it's getting really hard for people out there. And so I get it. And it's troubling.
Yeah, to your point, it kind of is one of those situations that there's really not necessarily a particular side. And Matt, it kind of just it feels to me like a cultural system. Like you got to fix the culture of people buying things that they can't afford with money that they don't have. And governance, I'm not even sure how much can be done, which is why people tend to gear towards people like Mam Danny over there in New York City. Matt, what do you need to do in the cultural sector to kind of reinvigorate this personal responsibility, especially around finance?
No, I agree. I believe that it has less to do with the government necessarily, or
Mm,
government involvement. I think it has more to do with how people are spending. I think spending habits. I don't think the government needs to involve itself on why are people trying to buy DoorDash now and pay later, like the whole DoorDash thing, right? So it's obviously I think I think spending habits have gotten worse generally when
yeah.
it comes to the youth. I think teaching people how to better their finances can handle issues like this, because I don't see it to be a grandiose type of issue generally, especially from the buy now pay later programs that I'm seeing. So I believe just people need to be more intelligent about the way they're spending their money, and that's how we can solve this eventually. And I agree with Jamie's point that when people catch themselves in these sorts of situations, they would lean more towards socialism, and they give people like Zoran Mamdani a vote, and they support him more because they believe that the 1% is oppressing them and taking all of their wealth.